all for 52 years of everything in sports going on in Cleveland. And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time. You know, everybody was just talking how they were the greatest team of all time. Like, they was the greatest team ever assembled.
Michael Jordan isn't just throwing shade. He's making it clear he's never respected LeBron James. This beef runs deep. We're diving into why MJ brushed off the chosen one hype and why Kobe got the mentor love LeBron never did. And what MJ said about LeBron and Sean, pure shock. Jordan's legacy was built on destruction. He didn't just beat players, he crushed their spirits. That fire never died. Picture MJ in 2002 watching a high school kid from Akron get crowned the chosen one before ever playing a single NBA game. Reporters were calling LeBron the one to dethrone him. And to MJ, that wasn't praise, it was war. He fought for his crown through sweat, pain, and 6 brutal championships. So when LeBron got that superstar title early, MJ wasn't impressed. He was furious. To him, greatness isn't printed on magazine covers, it's earned through blood and grind. And if you doubt how personal it was, just watch his 2009 Hall of Fame speech. MJ didn't thank people, he reminded the world who still runs the game.
Leroy Smith was a guy, when I got cut, he made the team, on the varsity team. But he started the whole process for me because when he made the team and I didn't, I wanted to prove not just to Leroy Smith, not just to myself, but to the coach who actually picked Leroy over me. I wanted to make sure you understood you made a mistake, dude.
That's just who MJ is. The man keeps receipts. So when the media started calling LeBron his successor, you better believe Jordan filed that away in his mind like a grudge list. Even LeBron himself admitted their relationship isn't close. On the Pat McAfee show in 2025, LeBron straight up said it himself.
You and Michael at a good spot.
Who, me and Michael?
Jordan?
Yeah, we're a good spot.
To understand how deep this runs, MJ was LeBron's idol. His posters were on LeBron's wall as a kid, and yet there's no real relationship between them. For a player as respected as LeBron, that's rare. Most legends get that brotherhood welcome. Jordan gave it to Kobe, but LeBron, never. Here's the wild part, that the same things fans loved about LeBron, the hype, the headlines, the chosen one talk, were exactly what made MJ keep his distance. To Jordan, those weren't signs of greatness. They were warning signs. And it goes even deeper because this was never just about 2 players. This was about power. The empire Jordan built, the throne he protected, and the legacy he refused to let anyone rewrite. Jordan didn't just rule basketball. He redefined what it meant to be a global superstar. Before him, guys like Magic and Bird carried the league, but MJ made the NBA a worldwide obsession. He wasn't just an athlete, he was a brand. Air Jordans still dominate decades after he retired. Gatorade had kids singing Be Like Mike, and Space Jam turned him into a movie icon. Every dunk, every finals win, every trophy became part of his myth. MJ wrote the rule book for fame before social media even existed, and that's why LeBron's rise hit so hard. It wasn't just about stats, it was about the kingdom Jordan built. So when the media started hinting LeBron might surpass him, MJ didn't just hear talk, he heard a threat. Because one thing about Jordan, he's obsessed with legacy. Players retire and move on, but not him. Every time someone calls another player the GOAT, you can see it. That flicker in his interviews, that edge in his tone. MJ always finds a way to remind everyone he went 6 for 6 in the finals. Now imagine how MJ felt watching a teenager get crowned as the next him before even proving a thing. Jordan was never the type to let that slide. He crushed anyone who tried to step into his lane. Remember when rookie Allen Iverson hit him with that crossover and MJ answered by dropping 55 points on him? Or when he torched Clyde Drexler in the '92 finals after people dared to compare them? That's the Jordan mentality, ruthless. To MJ, you don't breathe his air until you earn it. And even then, he'll remind you who runs it. But with LeBron, he couldn't handle it on the court. Their careers barely overlapped. So instead, Jordan fought his battle through the media. Every time reporters asked about LeBron, MJ gave polite respect, but it was cold, distant, calculated. He'd always bring up rings, shift the talk to Kobe, and make it clear without saying it, LeBron wasn't invited to his table. That's where the real tension started. To understand why that chosen one cover hit so hard, you've got to look at how different their roads were. Jordan wasn't handed greatness, he earned it. He got cut from his high school varsity team, battled for minutes at UNC, and wasn't even the #1 pick in '84. He went third. His career began with doubt, not hype. Meanwhile, LeBron's rise was unlike anything the league had seen. ESPN highlights as a teenager, sold out gyms before graduation, and a $90 million contract Nike deal before his first NBA game. They called him King James before he even stepped on the court. To Jordan, that felt like the world trying to crown a new king before the old one was done ruling. And for someone as obsessed with control as MJ, that was unacceptable. He built his legacy from scratch, and he wasn't about to let anyone, not even LeBron, rewrite it. Even years later, MJ still finds ways to throw shade, like in this one interview.
Between the two, that'd be a tough choice. I mean, but 5 beats 1.
This was the breaking point. That Chosen One cover might have looked like LeBron's coronation to the world, but to Jordan, it was a coup. In his eyes, the media wasn't celebrating a new star. They were trying to snatch his crown. And to MJ, only one man ever earned the right to be called his true successor.
That's a foul all day long.
Oh, I know you ain't talking. I know you ain't talking.
Hey, you only got 3 now. I get 6. I would get that foul. You only got 3 now.
You right, can't say none of that. Hey, Mike, you gotta shoot it quick. I'm getting to that.
No, I had you already.
Yeah, but I'm getting to that. I know where you're going. I'm getting to that.
No.
You gotta get up quick.
If you knew where I was going, why you go for the fake?
Mike, after you fake the ball, where else you gonna
You
go?
left your feet.
Yeah, but where else you gonna go?
In the game, I go for you.
I spun all the way around.
I go for these ribs right here.
I spun all the way around and got to you.
If there's one thing MJ's made crystal clear over the years, his real basketball little brother was never LeBron James, it was Kobe Bryant. And once you see the reasons, it all makes sense. First off, personality. Kobe was built just like Jordan, cold, ruthless, and obsessed with winning. He didn't care about being liked, he wanted to be feared. That killer instinct, that my way or the highway mindset, if he had to freeze out a teammate or take 40 shots to win, he'd do it without hesitation. That was exactly Jordan's energy. MJ saw himself in Kobe, something he could never feel with LeBron. Because LeBron's style, it's different. He's always been a pass-first star, a team-minded guy who looks for the open man instead of forcing the shot. To fans, that's smart basketball. But to MJ, that looks soft. In Jordan's world, the alpha takes the shot every time. And then there's the grind. Kobe didn't just idolize Jordan, he studied him. From the footwork to the fadeaway to the way he walked and talked. Kobe didn't copy MJ, he mirrored him.
You have to put up with the aggravation, the late night calls, or the dumb questions.
There are interviews where Kobe flat out admitted he'd call MJ in the middle of the night, asking about moves, footwork, mindset, everything. He wanted to learn straight from the master. LeBron, though, never chased Jordan's approval like that. He respected him, no doubt, but his path was his own. LeBron didn't want to be the next Jordan, he wanted to be LeBron. And that's exactly why that deep brotherhood between them never formed.
Kobe was my dear friend. He was like a little brother.
And don't forget the emotional side of it all. When Kobe passed in 2020, Jordan's tribute was heartbreaking. He stood there crying, calling Kobe his little brother. You could feel the love pouring out of him. That wasn't for the cameras. That was real, raw emotion built on years of genuine connection. LeBron never had that with MJ. There's respect, sure, but it's distant. No mentorship, no late night calls, no big brother energy. And honestly, that silence between them speaks louder than any quote ever could, because this goes beyond basketball style or personality. It's about legacy. Kobe carried the torch of the Jordan mentality. That cold, relentless, win-at-all-cost energy. But LeBron, he represented something new. Player empowerment, friendships across rivals, social activism, all the things MJ avoided during his era to protect his image. To a man obsessed with control, LeBron's brand of leadership felt unfamiliar, maybe even threatening. That's why, to this day, Jordan talks about Kobe with warmth and emotion. But when LeBron's name comes up, it's clipped, formal, technical. And for LeBron, who grew up idolizing MJ, that lack of approval hurts. Because in the NBA, no crown weighs heavier than the one Jordan wore, and no blessing means more than his. And that's what makes this silence so powerful. The greats usually pass the torch. Magic embraced Kobe publicly. Kareem mentored Shaq, and Bill Russell would personally hand trophies to new champions. But between MJ and LeBron, nothing. No words, no nod, no passing moment. LeBron even said it himself. They don't talk.
When you were a kid, who did you look up to?
Wow, I love Michael Jordan.
It's not like LeBron hasn't tried to show love. He's constantly given MJ his flowers, calling him his inspiration, his GOAT, the reason he even picked up a basketball. But instead of getting that love back, LeBron spent his whole career living under the shadow of Jordan's cold silence. And here's where it gets wild. Everything took a darker turn once those Diddy rumors started flying. Suddenly, stories about LeBron's image and off-court life were everywhere, and Jordan's distance didn't look like indifference anymore. It looked like confirmation. You remember that viral clip? MJ saying LeBron always moves strange, not like Kobe, and then dropping that line about the Sean situation? That's when things really got interesting. And before anyone thinks this was just social media gossip, let's set the record straight. Michael Jordan actually said this.
LeBron always moves strange, not like Kobe. And when the Diddy stuff came out, I knew I was right all along. That's why I chose to mentor Kobe, not him.
You've probably seen that clip too. LeBron on Instagram Live with Diddy laughing and saying, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party." Yeah, that one. It aged way differently after everything that came out.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
For years, wild rumors have floated around LeBron's social circle, from celebrity parties to casual live streams, nothing too serious at first. But when Michael Jordan made a rare comment about LeBron's off-court choices, fans started paying attention. Suddenly, what used to sound like gossip turned into a headline, because when the GOAT speaks, people listen. By 2025, serious legal headlines began surrounding certain figures in the entertainment world. Stories of lawsuits, accusations, and years of controversy. So when an old clip of LeBron joking around at one of those events resurfaced, it hit differently. To someone like Jordan, a man who built his image on control, discipline, and precision, that kind of association didn't look good. So when MJ said, "I knew I was right about him," it wasn't trash talk. It was a calculated statement from someone who sees image as everything. Suddenly, fans started connecting dots, saying LeBron moved differently from Kobe, less polished, less focused, and maybe not worthy of Jordan's mentorship. Jordan didn't even need to elaborate. That clip spoke volumes. Even LeBron's defenders had to admit, when the greatest player alive questions your moves, it sticks. But the truth is, this tension between MJ and LeBron doesn't exist in isolation. It's part of NBA history. The league lives on rivalries and grudges. Think back to Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. That wasn't just basketball, it was a full-blown cultural showdown. East versus West, Boston Grit versus Hollywood Flash. They carried the league by pushing each other to the edge, and only became friends after the wars ended. Then came Jordan versus Isaiah Thomas, a feud so brutal the Pistons literally built the Jordan rules just to beat him down. MJ never forgave him. And if you've seen The Last Dance, you know he meant it.
How legitimate was the hatred between those Bulls teams and those Pistons?
Oh, I hated him. And yeah, he carries even to this day.
That's decades of beef, and it's still alive today. Then you've got Shaq and Kobe, two superstars on the same team, stacking championships while throwing shots at each other in interviews and even rap songs. That's the NBA at its most dramatic, and honestly, that's what makes the stories unforgettable. Because fans don't just remember the rings, they remember the rivalries. So when people say Jordan doesn't vibe with LeBron, it's not shocking at all. Beef is part of the league's DNA. The fans expect it, the media amplifies it, and the players secretly know it builds their legend. NBA beefs are no different from rap battles or Hollywood feuds. They're always personal. It's about ego, respect, and legacy. Rappers throw subliminals over beats, celebs drop shade in interviews, NBA stars do it with quotes and highlight reels. Every cold response from Jordan gets analyzed. Every time LeBron praises MJ and gets silence in return, it becomes a meme. One comment, one headline, one reaction. That's all it takes to keep the fire burning. That's how it works. Drama fuels legacy, legacy fuels debates, and debates keep the NBA machine spinning. Because let's be real, if everyone got along, basketball would be as quiet as baseball and sneakers. Fans don't tune in for peace, they tune in for chaos. And in this case, the chaos changed history. Jordan's loyalty to Kobe over LeBron didn't stay behind closed doors. It shaped how millions see the GOAT debate today. In the NBA, a blessing from the previous king matters. It's like being knighted. It seals your place in history. That's what Kobe got. Jordan's mentorship made him the chosen heir, something no magazine cover could match. Fans saw Kobe as the true torchbearer, not because the media said it, but because Jordan proved it. He trained him, praised him, and when Kobe passed, MJ cried like he'd lost family. That bond made Kobe untouchable in the GOAT conversation and left LeBron forever on the outside looking in.
All for 52 years of everything in sports going on in Cleveland. And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time. You know, everybody was just talking how they were the greatest team of all time. Like, they was the greatest team ever assembled.
LeBron never got that blessing, and that missing piece changed everything. Every time the media tries to crown him as the GOAT, critics pull the same card. If he's really that guy, why didn't Jordan ever embrace him? But here's the twist. LeBron's career has become so unreal, so historic, that he might be breaking through that shadow on pure force alone. We're talking over 20 years at the highest level, 4 championships, countless finals runs, the all-time scoring record, and he's still dominating at age 40. That's not normal. That's history in motion. Nobody's ever carried this level of excellence for this long. So instead of Jordan's silence ending the debate, it actually keeps it alive. On one side, the MJ loyalists hold firm, saying, if Jordan never passed him the torch, it means something. On the other, LeBron's fans fire back with facts. The numbers, the durability, the sheer longevity, saying he's rewriting the rules whether Jordan approves or not. And that right there might be MJ's biggest nightmare. The idea that someone could take the throne without his permission, because Jordan didn't just dominate the game, he built the empire. He defined what global superstardom looked like. The sneakers, the branding, the mentality, the myth. Every superstar since has been chasing the standard he created, but when it came time to name a true successor, Jordan drew a hard line. And it wasn't LeBron James, it was Kobe Bryant. That's why this GOAT debate will never die, because it was never only about basketball. It's about pride, power, legacy, and the one thing MJ never gave LeBron, validation. And if you've made it this far, you're clearly here for the drama. So go ahead, hit that like button, drop your take in the comments. MJ or LeBron, who's your GOAT? And make sure to subscribe, because trust me, this story's nowhere near finished.